So if you're watching this, you're probably looking at getting a lift kit for your Gladiator, Jeep, whatever it may be. You may be looking at the MOPAR lift. I had a Gladiator before this one. I had a MOPAR lift on it. I drove it for 90,000 miles. I love the way it rode. The only thing I didn't like is when adding the canopy, adding a rooftop tent. I also have an RV that I pull with the Gladiator. We have the winch in the front. When you add all this gear in, it felt a little spongy. You tap on the brakes, you would feel it dip down a little bit. You get on the freeway and you get those dividing lines. You can kind of feel the boat floating a little bit. I didn't like that. So when I got a chance to build another Gladiator, I knew I liked the MOPAR lift. There were some things I wanted to tweak. I also couldn't get the MOPAR lift when I purchased this one. It was back ordered indefinitely. They didn't know when it was going to come out. They didn't know when they would be back in stock. So what I did was I did a little research and I found that every single part inside of the MOPAR lift has a part number individually. So I went into the dealership and I told them, hey, I want to order a MOPAR lift, but I'm going to order it part by part. The guy thought I was crazy. He said, this is going to cost way more. That's why we packaged it up and it's one part number. I said, let's just try it. He said, I'm down. Let's do it. So I had him type in every single part number separately of everything inside the lift kit. I tweaked a little bit though. What I did was I left the shocks off. I didn't want the Fox shocks. I wanted adjustable shocks. So the lift kit was everything minus the shocks that it came with, the Fox. What I also did was I changed the springs to the diesel kit springs to carry that extra weight when I'm towing, when I'm carrying a bunch of gear, have the rooftop tent, whatever it may be. And then once he typed everything in and he gave me the total, we were both surprised. The price was $900 for the lift kit. Now, this is minus the Fox shocks. So what I did was I purchased that. All those parts came in within 4 days, even though they couldn't get them before. 4 days, and I had every single piece to lift the vehicle except for the shocks. And I went out and I ordered the Falcon adjustable shocks. This was the best thing I could have did. I took those two things, I combined them together with the diesel springs, kind of built my own custom lift kit. Now when I tow my camper, there's no sag, there's no bounciness. I can adjust the shocks. I don't get that spongy front brake feeling from having the winch on the front and all the extra weight. I also felt that the regular MOPAR lift over time kind of squatted a little bit. This one's sitting true. It never rubs on the 37s. It's one of the best things I could have done. So if you're looking to lift your vehicle, maybe look at customizing a little bit. You don't have to order that 2-inch MOPAR lift all as one. You can individually order those parts, change up. Maybe you want the diesel springs in the back, the gas in the front. It's $900, guys. What I find people doing is they go out and they spend money on a lift kit. That lift kit's designed for that vehicle at a certain weight, and it's usually the factory weight. They go fill it up full of gear, and guess what? It doesn't ride very well at all. So they're fighting for that factory ride again. And so they go out with the lift kit that they purchased, they change the shocks to something else. They change the springs to different springs, trying to make up for the weight. I don't have to do any of that. They bought that lift kit 2 or 3 times over when I kind of just did a little research up front, saved a bunch of money. This thing rides better than factory. Just my thoughts, guys. So if you're looking for a lift kit, this may be the right choice for you.